What fact sounds legit but is actually fake? The first video ever uploaded to YouTube had to be taken down in 2016 for violating their terms of service. If you tell me, I won't get mad. If you like Pornhub, you'll love Pornhub Live. That popping/crunching joints on your hands will give you arthritis. It's not true. Always wait 24 hours before reporting a missing person. Hair grows back stronger after being razored off. Your eyes don't grow. They do actually grow, but they grow very slowly, like really slowly. Blanks are harmless. Carbon monoxide is heavier than air, so put your detectors close to the floor. The first people to die of CO poisoning are the ones lying down. Reality, CO is about the same density as air. In fact, it is actually slightly lighter than air, so it doesn't matter where you put your detectors. This myth likely started because CO fatalities are most likely to occur while people are sleeping because they are not aware of the symptoms of poisoning, e.g. dizziness, nausea, etc., versus those who are awake. If a baby bird falls out of a tree, touching it will make it smell human and cause the mum to abandon it. Not true. If you tell me the truth, you won't get in trouble. A cop, to 16-year-old me. Myth: 3 Americans every year die from rabies. Fact: 4 Americans every year die from rabies. We only use 10% of our brains. That your blood is blue when there is no oxygen in it. NASA spent millions of dollars on a pen that could work in space, while the Russians just used a pencil. They didn't spend the money developing the pen, Fisher did, and then approached NASA. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place. Roman people would use bird poop to dye their hair, true. The birds used to produce the poop were actually somewhat expensive to keep. It wasn't just random chickens. It got so popular that opportunistic people would mix together things that looked like the bird poop to sell, and ended up using fats for texture and consistency, and lye for color. This counterfeit poop ended up being more popular in the long run thanks to its cleaning effects. Hence, shampoo. You eat 8 spiders per year while sleeping or whatever. Caffeine stunts your growth. It's been scientifically proven that an average dose of caffeine has no effect on your height. Caffeine does not affect growth hormones unless it is in absurd amounts. Like 35 cups of straight caffeine, not 2 cups of coffee and a Mountain Dew. Coconuts have hair and produce milk, therefore coconuts are mammals. Black holes suck in everything. If a black hole of the same mass replaced our sun, we'd still go around it as if nothing happened. Well, we'd all be frozen to death, but let's ignore that. Swallowing the gum will make it stick to the stomach. Eating carrots improves your eyesight. This nugget of false wisdom originates with World War II Allied propaganda and its efforts to conceal a technology from the Nazis. One of the ways the British defended against bombing raids was by holding blackouts to make it harder for incoming planes to find their targets. At the same time, the Allies were curiously good at shooting down German planes despite the blackouts. This needed a cover story because it's, incoming pun warning, blindingly obvious that small mobile aircraft are slightly harder targets than large stationary factories and cities. Hence the explanation that defensive gunners were supplied with a diet high in vitamin A to promote good night vision. Hence carrots. It's true that vitamin A deficiency can contribute to vision loss. The public garbled this into a notion that excess vitamin A intake imparts supervision. Actually, what adequate vitamin A mostly does is prevent the cornea from excessive dryness, which can be one cause of clouded vision. The myth about carrots persisted in popular culture long after radar stopped being a classified technology. Source: The US $2 bill is no longer printed for circulation and as such has been hoarded by collectors. Because it's been hoarded, it's extremely valuable. $2 bills are still being printed, though none will be printed in 2020 because there is enough supply of them to meet what little demand there is. Since they are hoarded by collectors, and money collectors are really the only people who want multiple $2 bills, there is almost no extra value in them. Basically, anyone who wants $2 bills has a stockpile of them already, and anyone who wants one and doesn't have one can easily get one from a collector or even your local bank. Since no extra value exists in them over their $2 face value, many hoarders are willing to part with a bill or two. If you touch your penis you will grow hair on your palms. My grandmother used to tell me that. My palms aren't hairy and I jerk off all the time. Standing too close to the TV screen can damage your eyes. That's not true at all. On the US interstate system it was designed so that at least 1 mile in every 5 miles was straight so that it could be used as a runway by the military in case of war. This was done to appease certain politicians that opposed the massive spending on the interstate project. If the Earth moved just 10 inches, then we would all be dead. A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father. You go into shock and die before hitting the ground when free-falling. This is to protect your brain while losing control of your extremities. This is false. There's hot singles in my area who want to meet me. 92% of people will believe a statistic if you use a high enough percentage. Reading in a dark area hurts your eyes. It just tires the muscles more quickly. Krusty Krab isn't unfair. Charging your phone too often will shorten its battery life. Actually, the opposite is true. Masturbation causes blindness. Not a fact. However, sweating like a pig is a phrase often used, and seldom do pigs sweat. They're always rolling around in the mud to keep cool. Driving with the dome, interior, light on is illegal. I mean, I don't think this necessarily is viewed as true by anyone anymore, but there was that whole thing about people swallow 5 spiders a year on average in their sleep, that many people did go around spouting as fact maybe 10 plus years ago. It was made up by a group of people testing to see how far they could spread misinformation. Turns out the answer is pretty far. During Jimmy Carter's inauguration, he carried a live mouse named Squeaky in his jacket pocket. My girlfriend goes to another school. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.